want you all to join me in welcoming another industry luminary here with us today, all the way from Singapore. Please put your hands together for the man who runs the show for MMA and APAC, MMA board member and managing director APAC MMA Global, Rohit Dadwal, to decode what it takes to build and maintain successful AI experiments. Please put your hands together.
Good afternoon, everybody. That's not me on the screen. That's somebody else. But thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to be here. Monica set the stage about AI and the importance of AI. And I wanted to take it to one step further of some of the work that we've done at a global level of how AI within this realm of creativity, personalization, etc., when we are talking about advertising, has shown the potential, but to back that up, what is the reality behind it? So we've done the case study with 4 brands around the world. So it's not just about talking about research, talking about information. It's also about trying to show proof case of how it will actually make an impact. So before I get into this case study, I just quickly wanted to take a show of hands. How many of you use AI on a daily basis? Okay. How many of you use it for advertising purposes? Just 1 or 2. Okay. How many think that AI actually will be used on a daily basis for advertising purposes? Okay. So just continuing on the myths that Monica shared, it is actually happening even today. We don't realize it. When we go, I flew Vistara yesterday from Delhi. When I went online and tried to ask a question, the bot that was answering me was machine learning, but it's the first phase of AI. We've been doing it for many years. So it's just that we've not realized what we are doing and how we have done it. But even when you're doing your advertising campaigns, etc., the data crunching at the back end, etc., is all being done with machine learning, which is the earlier form of AI. So what I'm going to share with you very quickly today, and I'll be happy to take any questions later on and share this deck with you. But what you should take away from this presentation are 2 things. What is the potential and how can I be part of that potential? Those are the 2 key things if there are 2 messages. What we've done is, based on the research, the thesis for this case study was that we believe that 50% of all conversions or personalization or messaging, etc., is happening through machine learning. And from an AI personalization perspective, the scale at which personalization will happen, the scale at which the role of AI, generative and predictive. So I'm not differentiating between the 2 right now. You need one to support the other. You all understand the difference between generative and predictive, right? Pretty much? Okay. So in order to do that, the very first fundamental question that I will share with you is, if you were to do A/B testing, you do one campaign where you see the results at 0.4 and the other campaign at 0.6, you automatically know that the second campaign is the better campaign to run, and we will run with that. That's how we used to normally do that. And what it really means is there is an audience lift in this of about 20%. I know this is slightly difficult on this stage to see, but if you were to do this in a personalization in a better manner, if you further divided that A/B testing into males versus females and did A/B testing for females and did A/B testing for males, it's simple maths right here. You will realize that the males test B was 0.8% better. For females, the test A was 0.6, and all of a sudden, you have realized that for females, you could do campaign A, and for males, you could do campaign B, which automatically means that you have 0.6 and 0.8% increase in the efficiency of the campaign. So this is nothing to do with AI. This is simple maths. I'm just setting the stage as to how the impact rolls on. Now imagine if you were not to do 2, but do many more of these. If you were not to do just 2 cohorts or 2 segments, but do multiple of that, what would happen? this is what would happen. If you were to do 3 size A/B testing on 3 sizes, 3 templates, 3 images and 2 headlines, you'll be able to generate 54 different samples for advertising. Okay, again, simple math, multiplication. 3 sizes into 1 template into 3 images, you'll generate 18 versions of that. So that's sort of the A/B testing you'll do. We did this with Kruger. Kruger is one of the largest retail grocery stores in US. So we did a case study with them to see how, when done at scale and personalized to every segment, how will the results change and what will be the impact of that. Now, this is not possible if you are doing manually, and that's where AI starts to play a role. It picks up the data, it has the basic templates, again written by humans. So AI has to be taught by humans, right? You have to give the fields the parameters. What we realized is, and I'm going to share with you, we were able to generate with 3 templates, 3 images, 3 messages and 1 location, we were able to generate 72 versions of the same campaign. Now these versions were delivered based on the 7 parameters here, whether it was the device OS, time of the day, segment and all. It's simple. If you guys have done programmatic and ad tech and all, you will understand this. The challenge here is, and the opportunity, challenge is, earlier to do 72 versions in a day was not possible. And then to render it real time, based on the time, place, device, etc., from the data that you're getting from the ads that are being served and changing them in real time. That is where the data is understood from a predictive perspective, and the generative AI, the tool, was able to generate these campaigns, these images, and serve them. So all of a sudden, you had 133 million possible variations of the advertisements. Again, simple maths. You had 1.8 million variations, and if you multiplied it into 72 versions, 133 personalizable impressions could have been served, were served in this case. Now this is something which AI is contributing to. What we realized here is, if you were to do the A/B testing at this level, you get the 0.20% lift. If you did it with male, female, you'll get another 20% lift. But if you continue doing it across 20 cohorts for every single message, there will be a very small incremental lift. It may be 0.2%, 0.3%, 0.4%. But when that all adds up with 133 million impressions, the lift is 3 times, 5 times greater than what they would be. The interesting thing is, you are still spending the same amount of money. You are still running the same campaign. But the impact of data and the generation of the AI, which is personalizable, is helping do that. So what that leaves us or brings us to is the next part, the cost effectiveness of these campaigns. It will not happen at a small campaign level or at a 10 million impression, because you will never be able to get the scale and the effectiveness of the cost for that. What we realized is, with the personalization and the scale that you want, in this particular case was 40 million, you start to reduce the cost and increase the personalization, because the initial investment in the first campaign, let's say if I am a brand and I want to invest in this technology and the APIs and all that, the cost, upfront cost will be high. But as and when you keep increasing it, one, the scale of the campaign, second is the repetition of the campaign, it will automatically be reversed in terms of the cost versus benefit. Half the cost, say 400 to 600% ROI, etc. So this is the thesis, this is the understanding. The Kruger campaign, 4 results I'm going to share very quickly with you. And as I said, happy to do this discussion, happy to send these slides across to you, answer any question. But right now, I'm only going to take maybe 2-3 minutes, give you a very quick overview of what the results look like with these campaigns. With Kruger, when we did these 72 combinations of 24 ads, we gave them the template, standard split flying, gave them the 3 images of delivery truck, delivery man, and refrigeration trucks, and the percentage of the message of discount. And this campaign was done because they are an online service. They wanted to drive traffic to their website. That was the objective. And what we realized is at the scale that they did this, they got 259% increase in the traffic of the KPI that they had set for traffic to their website for the offer. But that's not it. It also got better click-through ratio, got higher conversion on transactions because the messages was personalized, and we also could track what was the percentage uplift of revenue. 16% more revenue was generated on these sales. So the upside is big, but interestingly, what is also important here is the ads now are personalizable to that extent, whether it is from Delhi to Bombay, Bangalore to Coimbatore, BKC to Andheri, so all that time of the day, weather of the day, you could do a lot of that. So what we've all done in with DCO earlier. Second case study was done by ADT. It's a home security, office security company, and they had 81 total versions trying to do display. The first one was traffic. This is display, and where we realized that the impression KPI improvement was 136 because it was very segmented to the particular audience, and therefore the results were largely lower than what were expected because it was a shorter campaign and the time period to learn for the campaign was smaller, and the AI could only build on that and had to stop after that. The third case study is with General Motors. They did only 2 versions on video. So we did display in past. This one was video. 2 trucks, 2 colors, red and blue, and 3 messages. It was for their Chevrolet Silverado. So basically, compare it to Kruger, 72 versions. This was 15 versions. Total serves, ads served with the variations 243. And what we realized is the need to creativity, the need to diversify in creativity was important because they only showed 2 versions and they did not change the messaging, only changed the color of the vehicle and only changed the messaging based on the color, limited the propensity for lift, but still managed to get 68% better than what their existing campaign, which was being run in parallel in the east of on the east coast of US compared to this campaign which ran on the west coast of US from the AI perspective. So with AI, without AI. And the last case study I wanted to quickly share with you is Monday.com. This was a voice case study. They run voice campaigns on FM and radio across US, across all states in US. And without voice, there were 2 introductions, male versus female, 2 continuation voices, 2 CTAs, etc. And with AI, we were able to generate that into different cohorts. So basically, increase the volume by 8x from an impression perspective, and 16 cases. And what we realized is something that Monday had not done for years together is that the male voice was performing far better at the beginning and the end of the day versus female, which was their belief all the time in the last 2 years of campaigns that did. So this is just a side benefit that came out of it. But what they realized is that there were certain states in which male voice was not appreciated at all versus female. So that level of detailing was able to be pulled out from the predictive analysis that they were doing and generating the ads based on that. So I just wanted to quickly summarize. There is a lot of potential. We've set the stage, we've set the discussion. Monica said there are many myths around it, but this is the reality. We've done these case studies. We've proven that it is possible. It is happening. It depends what your priority is as a brand, as an agency, where you are looking at. But if you were to start deploying this, it will yield results immediately. You don't have to wait for it. The point is, when do you start deploying it? How do you start deploying it? This can be done. So the research approach is similar to any other campaign, an ad tech, martech campaign. It can be done with an existing campaign. If you are running a campaign today, which you will be in days to come, whether on media, display, video, audio, any matter on any media. It doesn't matter. You just need to ensure that you are able to plug the AI black box with the framework and the technology that exists. And it can work with your existing ad tech provider, it can work with your existing publisher, it can work with your existing data provider, doesn't matter. As long as you plug the black box, which is the AI box. Build the APIs, start picking up data, rendering, understanding that data, and then rendering the solutions based on that. The benefit is immediate return, discounted cost of execution, and obviously you'll learn a lot from that. And what I want to leave you guys with is, if any one of you in the room wants to do this kind of a case study here, Diwali is coming up, I'm sure millions of dollars are going to be spent around case studies. If anybody is going to do that on New Year, please reach out to MMA. We'll help set this up. We have the AI tools, we have the framework methodology. It is just a plug and play with your existing ad servers, with your existing data providers, and we can help execute and see some of this. In the past, these kind of case studies were not possible in India. People used to say it's possible there, it showed results in US. Can it be done in India? Yes, it can be. You reach out to us and maybe we'll help you structure those. Thank you. Appreciate your time.